foreign interference.
No foreign interference.
Say no to
오늘 신자에는
CCP.
온
Say no to
진치킨
CCP.
Okay, now today we got representative from Xinjiang community. 今日有一個係嚟自新疆嘅代表。
다야금이다 karşı namayiş etkiledi.
Hello.
Bizden Talgat sözdeydi.
Hi everyone, as a Uyghur, I'm very proud to stand here with Hong Kong, Falun Gong and Tibet and all those people who are suffering under the Chinese Communist Party. We are here also to support the Hong Kongers. We understand what Hong Kongers are going through, and since the Chinese Communist Party has taken over Hong Kong, we have witnessed that the Hong Kongers have been suffering almost the same fate as we are suffering as the Uyghurs. The East Turkestan is known as a Xinjiang by China. It's renamed by Chinese Communist Party Xinjiang, meaning a new territory. It's a land of Uyghurs that Uyghurs have lived there for years, centuries, and it was invaded by Chinese Communist Party in 1949. Exactly the same situation as the Tibet, who has lost their land and freedom to Chinese Communist Party. And since the occupation, the Uyghurs have suffered heavily oppression under the Chinese regime, and we have been persecuted heavily. There's been many deaths, killings, almost ethnic cleansing for 70 years. But since the Xi Jinping has taken power, he has stepped up with the new plans to eradicate the Uyghur nation and to reduce our population to almost probably 5 million, because very alarmingly recently one of the spokesmen of Chinese Communist Party have stated that there is only 6 million of Uyghurs living in East Turkestan, and that's a complete liar, because in 1949, when we had our government, our army, our leader has calculated, and according to our calculation, there was close to 11 million Uyghurs living in East Turkestan. When the Chinese Communist Party, Mao Zedong, took over, so their regime was to reduce our population. They have controlled our birth. There's been birth control policies. So according to us, there should be at least 30 to 40 million of Uyghurs in 70 years. From 10 to 11 million, it should go up to at least 30 to 40 million. But Chinese have only added 3 million, and saying that there are only 10 million recently. But one of the Chinese spokesmen said recently there were only 6 million. So from this we understood the Xi Jinping's plan is to eradicate genocide most of Uyghur nation, to reduce their number to 6 million. So this is a very alarming, this is a very horrible situation that Uyghurs are facing at the moment. So we understand how the Hong Kongers are feeling at the moment, because they have lost their freedom and they will be suffering for many years if they don't stand up and fight against the Chinese regime to take their freedom back. I believe and I know that the whole world is behind the Hong Kong people for their bravery. They will stand side by side by the Hong Kongese. So we hope that Hong Kongers don't give up and fight until the Chinese Communist regime is collapsed. We need to finish the Chinese Communist Party. We need to get rid of Chinese Communist Party so that they do not bully other countries, they do not spread their ideas to other countries and become a totalitarian dictatorship regime all around the world. Thank you very much for your support.